Hello from Digicool Things. Today I thought I'd share my recent multimeter lead experience. These are my current 3 meters. I've got my Fluke 179, which is my electronics workbench meter. I've got a UNI-T UT107, which is my garage meter. And I have this old Dick Smith meter, which I refer to as my battery tester. Anyway, you'll notice both of these have their leads fitted, and my Fluke is missing leads at the moment. Let me show you why. Let's move that to the side. I'll get rid of these two. Right, these are my Fluke leads, which I just put away in the box. Right, so these are my Fluke leads. Let me show you the problem I have. Plug these back into the meter. And the end of these leads have a straight banana plug, so you can fit different probes. These are my standard probes. Let's just put this onto continuity test. Sounds a bit hairy. Now, the first thing I'd noticed was I was getting some vague readings, which isn't usually the case, pretty unheard of with a trusty, reliable, made in the USA Fluke meter. But after some flexing, I discovered where the problem was. Now, if I show you a continuity test here, I can move this around, but as soon as I play with this here, oh, look at that. Yes, we have a break in the lead. So my first thought was, okay, these leads have had a good life. Why don't I just borrow my garage multimeter leads and I'll use those instead. These are the UNI-T probes, and I thought, okay, let's give them a try. I could probably get a good connection if I push the probes together really hard. That's great, but just touching, pretty scratchy. If I try the gravity test, not ideal. I won't even try the leads off my Dick Smith meter, because they shouldn't be trusted on a Fluke. Okay, so let's get rid of the garage meter. I thought, okay, the probes are old and well used, but they're okay. Let's just get myself a replacement lead. So a bit of research, and I discovered these were a TL224 lead that I need. They're not overly cheap, but you expect with Fluke there is an assumed level of good quality. So let me just bring in the web browser. Okay, and you can see here I went to the Fluke website to identify these leads, and I thought, okay, TL224. Let's just go over to Radio Spares, and I can see, okay, I can get a nice shiny new pair of these for $73.37 New Zealand dollars, including our tax. Yeah, reasonably expensive, but these are quality Fluke leads, so they should last me another lifetime. But just before I ordered them, I looked back at Fluke, and I noticed up here there was 2.3 out of 7 stars. I thought, this is a bit interesting. So I go to the reviews, scroll up, first review, lead broke inside strain relief. Seems like a familiar issue. You think they would have a better cable by now. Okay, next review, 2 stars. I got this with my kit. They were working fine, but now I have an open at the straight end. Interesting. So we're starting to see a bit of a common theme here. Expensive and don't last. Seemed like high quality item initially. Well cared for. Out of nowhere, one of the leads developed an open, rendering it useless. Okay. Oh, another one, 1 star. Not what I expect from Fluke. Fortunately, the black lead, my black lead as well, broke internally on the banana plug. This is looking pretty consistent, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Next one. Wire breaks internally at straight end. 3 sets. Test leads always break at the same place, right next to the straight connection, just after the strain relief. Well, that's pretty much what I'm dealing with. Okay, so I think at this point I'm thinking I'm not going to be buying a replacement Fluke TL224. So I think this needs a bit more research. I'd always assumed it was just a given. You have a quality Fluke meter, which you obviously pair with quality Fluke leads and probes. Anyway, I did a little bit of research, actually quite a bit of research, did a lot of Googling and reading of reviews and recommendations, and basically everything pointed to a US company called Probemaster, which I imagine a few people will probably be familiar with. I haven't been because I haven't really been in the market for buying probes anytime recently. So basically I toddled off to the Probemaster website, which is here. I thought, okay, this is an interesting company. That looks like they specialise in probes. Probemaster factory, made in USA. Alright. Okay, what do we want? We want Multimeter Test Leads. 8000 series, standard test lead. Rightio, $18.90 US. Well, based on the reviews, these come up really well. And we can see down here the 8017S fits Fluke meters. Gold plated points, silicon leads, 18G wire, Cat 3, Cat 4, multiple lengths available. Looks good. So anyway, I did a bit more research, and after a lot of umming and ahhing and checking out what was available, because they had test leads only for $18.90, they've got a kit for $29.90, and then they have a master kit for $53.90. Now, I was quite interested in the master kit containing what they're referring to as wire wrap lead, which is obviously for use with the pincer hooks. But I thought that would be a nice addition to my test leads. And when I actually looked at the cost of those to buy as an additional test lead, by the time I got one of red and one of black, as well as some pincer hooks to go with it, I was very quickly turning the $18.90 into well over $53.90. So at the end of the day, to cut a long story short, I went with the master kit because it appears to provide pretty good value for what it contains. And we have the 8043SK as the one that fits Fluke meters. So I ordered myself one of those and teamed it up with a couple of tip covers, which a red and a black one, which I think they were about 80 cents each. Now I'll point out that this isn't a sponsored video. I did buy these from Probemaster, and I haven't even had a look at them yet, so make the web browser go away. And here we have the parcel that arrived about a week ago. I think I've left it in quarantine for a few days through paranoia. Okay, let me grab a knife. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got in here. Okay, I'll just take that out because the invoice has probably got my address on it. Okay, I've got a, as you can see there, I've got the master kit, which was $53.90, a red and a black tip cover for 80 cents each, making a total of $55.50. And me being from New Zealand, there was $23 shipping to add to that. So my total cost was $78.50. So that brings it a little bit more than what I would have paid for just the Fluke leads without even any new probes at all. Given what the reviews look like for the Fluke leads, I'd say these look like a bargain. Right, let's take a closer look. Quite a nice looking little plastic box. Oh yeah, I ordered the 48-inch one. My old leads were 59-inch, the Fluke ones. I could have ordered the same length, but 48-inch was the default, and it seems that's plenty long enough for my needs for electronics use. Rightio, let's open her up and see what we've got inside. Bit of foam that's stuck to the top. It seems to be glued on. Right, these are probe tip covers. Our promise to you. Probemaster's first priority is to please our customers. For any reason this product does not meet your quality expectations, we invite you to exchange the product or return it for a refund. Probemaster has endorsed this policy since 1980. Ooh. Dick Press, President. Rightio. Okay. There's my wire wrap leads and a couple of finer probes. Spade lug leads. A couple of clips and a couple of crocodile plugs. And here's the leads themselves. They feel quite nice, quite flexible. Different types, internal of the leads and the different types of plugs. So you've got the right angle plug, which I have, and there's also a retractable banana plug. I did see that on a couple of the reviews, and I was tempted because you can actually obviously still use a straight plug into your Fluke meter. And these retractable ones have the benefit that you can slide the sheath back and actually use the banana plug in a normal banana socket, which could be quite useful. But I decided to just stick to my these leads. I was just going to dedicate to my Fluke meter, so I just stick with the right angle. Rightio. Just close the case and put that aside. These feel very nice, sort of a soft rubbery feel. Just going to plug these in. Yeah, they fit in quite nicely. And there's a couple of protection sleeves on the end of these. I did see in the reviews that these are very sharp. So I'll just be careful when I take these off and I don't stab myself. Yeah, they're pretty sharp. And a nice gold look to them. I'm going to hold them up a bit there so you can see. Right, let's turn the meter on. And I might go straight to the gravity test just to see if I get a good surprise. Oh, look at that. Nice. That's beautiful. Look at that, not a problem at all. Quick response, gravity test, beautiful. No, I'm happy with that. These do feel very nice. Quite comfortable to hold. Okay, and then let's just have a look at these. See what we've got in this bag. Okay, we've got these little protectors, so if you're doing high voltage work you can screw these on and just give you that extra insulation, so they're a little bit safer. Okay, we've got spade lugs. These are all nicely gold plated. It's great. And we've got the banana plugs. Oh, everything gold plated. Those feel very nice. And we've got the big test hooks. Again, they're gold plated. Yep, looks good. Right, and then the second bag here. This is probably the bag of the bits and I'm going to use the most. So we've got a couple of nice long fine tip probes. They're quite sharp. Probably a little bit too fine to make out on the camera. But no, I can see those being quite useful for measuring, especially of surface mount devices, and you need to get into some small pads. Okay, and then we've got these little test hooks. Made in USA. And then these will plug onto these leads. It's very nice. Now the other thing I was curious about, I just want to try something here. Okay, let me just grab a board. So here's one of my mod boards for Sega gaming consoles. What I was interested in with these leads was this so-called wire-wrap connector. It's probably the perfect size for, and it is. It goes on there very nicely. So I can use these leads to just connect directly to headers if I need to do some measuring. That's fantastic. So if you've got test points that you can access via header, this is a very nice thing to have. Nice. So I'd summarise by saying that The first obvious learning is that expensive does not mean the best. My age-old assumption that you have a Fluke meter, you have Fluke leads is pretty much been shot down. The second thing is, which I noted during my research, which again, some of you might already know as being obvious, but you should really match your leads and probes to what your actual usage is. Never occurred to me that Fluke don't appear to make, I haven't seen any gold-plated probes, presumably because gold-plated probes are not ideal for high voltage or AC. However, gold-plated probes are what you do really want if you're an electronics maker, generally dealing with low voltage DC circuits and components. So yeah, I'm really happy, and as I say, this is not a promoted video. This is just basically my initial findings after doing a bit of research and having now received my Probemaster master kit. Looks very good. I think I'm going to be very happy with this. Okay, just to finish up, I thought I'd bring in the USB microscope so we could have a look at the tips. Let's turn that on. Okay, if we have a closer look, see what this tip looks like. We're pretty much in focus. So that looks pretty nice. And as you can see, it's quite sharp. We've also got these extension probes. Let's have a look at those. There's the tip on the extension probe. Nice little tip, which I think it says is 4 inches long overall. We've got our pincer hooks. Let's have a look at those. Let's get that in view. Open her up. For comparison, these are the pincer hooks that came with my logic analyzer. Very cheap feeling. Let's have a look at how they compare. A much bigger end to them. And if I squeeze it out, you can see the action on the pincer is not nearly as nice as the Probemaster. And finally, let's have a look at these wire wrap leads. If I can get those under the microscope. Yeah. You can actually see the spring tab and the gold plating. Good quality. Rightio, let's turn off the USB microscope and just bring back the Probemaster website, and I'll just show you the pincer hooks and the wire wrap leads, and you'll understand why I went for the master kit. The wire wrap leads themselves, $5.25 each. That's for red or black, so you're talking about $10.50 just to buy the pair of wire wrap adapter leads. And if we have a look at the pincer hooks, they're $7.95 each, red or black. So again, you're looking at almost $16 for a pair of those. It would be nice to replace all the cheaper pincer hooks I've got with my logic analyzer, but I think if I was to buy a full set of those, that would be quite expensive. And the last thing, of course, was these extra tip covers I bought, which were 80 cents each. They're just firm plastic feel. But given these are quite sharp, they don't have a thread on them. You just simply push them over and they slide over the thread, and there you go. Protect your probes and protect your fingers. Thanks for watching. If you found this at all interesting, please take the time to tick the like button and subscribe. That's it. Thanks for watching.